Alright, let's check out Haven Protocol. So looking at this in the long term, we have obviously broken all of the market structure that was bullish. I drew a few fibs beforehand, but it seems like every single one of them we have either invalidated either the bottom of them, or we are below the 786 of basically every single move. So there's not really much I can draw from the fibs that we've got right now. We wouldn't necessarily even need to kind of pay any attention to them until we do start breaking a few horizontal resistances and the 200-day moving average. So what I personally think on this is, if you haven't already got this this coin or this token, I really wouldn't be rushing into FOMO right now, because I do see a decent amount of resistance coming in. Now, it doesn't mean that it won't have a big tear up, because Bitcoin has broken out of this level that we've been talking about. And if you've been watching my videos, you know I've been saying I've been waiting for Bitcoin to break 41.5 concisely, have a daily close above the 41.5, and then I would be a lot more comfortable entering altcoin positions. This does kind of tie in with the 200, with the total crypto market cap hopping above the 1.84 trillion, which is the 618 fib here. But all in all, I think this could be broken in the next day or so. So I'm getting a lot more warmed up to altcoin positions, and I am looking around to pick up some altcoins. But for me personally, this one is not for me right now, at least. I have looked at the data, and specifically when we do put in these tops on the RSI and the money flow indicator, not always right away, we can have another slight, very slight push up. Like for example here, we topped on the RSI and then we ran up to here, but when we did correct, we broke below this RSI level. This was the best case scenario that I've found. You can see on every other RSI top, it was really a big drop, or you can call it a big drop, but a big drop slash a retest before we did move up. So that would personally be what I'd be looking for if I planned on entering this. I'd probably predict it to maybe have another push up, because the RSI looks like it wants to turn up, and we have had times where we've come all the way up to here and here and here. So if I had to kind of predict where we'd be going in the next day or so, I do think we would have another push up to 550. That is if we don't get trapped underneath this resistance here, because this is a pretty wham horizontal line. You can see it, to be fair, I mean, it was even resistance back here. I imagine you could draw a big box of touch points that we've got from here to all the ones down here, and you could see that we do have a big box of resistance coming in here. And to be honest, I can move this up as well, because once we do break above this red line, we would be running into the 200-day. So I'd say your biggest sign, or your biggest caveat to look to enter this in the short term, would be a break above the 200-day moving average. Now, if we go back and look at the price data, you can see how well Haven Protocol respects the 200-day. We literally got sandwiched underneath it forever, and once we managed to concisely break above it, where we back tested it, failed, and we broke up again, went on a rally, came back and back tested it, and we successfully held it. And that's when the big run up started. You can see we had a big run up, a back test again, another big run up, another back test, and then we just basically started tearing and tearing and tearing. We came back tested it, we failed, we broke below it, and you know, we really didn't have much strength going on here. And you can see as soon as we decisively lost the 200-day, broke down, back tested, and fell off the table, we really repelled away from the 200-day moving average. So I'd say the 200-day is almost like a magnet for Haven Protocol. We seem to get sucked up to it, and then the energy of the magnet propels it forward. It goes all the way up, and then it kind of loses momentum, comes down, and it either loses this and falls through the table, or it bounces off it and goes on another rally. So I'd be looking for one of two situations to play out, but I do think a lot of volatility is going to come in either way. Either we're going to top somewhere in this red box, which I think I'd probably give like a maybe 50 or 60% likelihood to. Let's say 60. I'd say in the short term we'd probably top around this 550 if we haven't already topped, and then it would be nice to see a retest of these kind of regions down here, of this horizontal resistance, and you could see that would give the RSI a little bit of time to cool down, like we did in these previous examples, where if I show you again, we had this big run up and the RSI topped out, and we had a little bit of time to reset it, and then we had another big move up followed by that. So I would be looking for something like that in the short term, but like I said, the long term, what I'd really be waiting for is this 200-day to be flipped. I think once we do flip the 200-day, which is right now around about 550, but do bear in mind, because this coin or this token is so volatile, you can see it moves up and down very fast, even though it's taking in information for the past 200 days worth of price action. So that, I mean, it's honestly quite impressive how it's able to, you know, bend it up and down. But yeah, like I said, short term, I imagine we would, at least in the short term, top out anywhere in this red box. So like I said, I wouldn't be running in right now if it's your first time hearing of Haven Protocol. If you have heard of it and you're a major fan of it, so be it. But in the short term, like I said, it doesn't look like one of those ones that I'd like to FOMO in when the RSI and the MFI are, you know, both basically overextended. And what I'd really be looking for is a break of the 200-day. Once we break the 200-day, we can come back and we can start arguing about, you know, moves back up to 750, and then most notably the $12. So that would be a very holy trade. I would be looking at something like that. That is a massive trade from the 200-day. If we did take that trade and we broke all the way up, it'd be like 122, 123% increase. So that's why I'm saying, personally, I'm not running into this trade right now. I'm literally going to sit on the sidelines. I'd say best case scenario, we probably push up a little bit more. We'd take our time, back test these regions around here, and then, you know, we'd be more aware, or we'd be more comfortable saying that this is a bottom after putting in a big higher low after this rally. So that is basically all I see for Haven Protocol. I'm not FOMOing in right now. I'm not rushing into it. I do see a lot of altcoins going on rallies right now, and some of them are much less overextended than Haven. So Haven, personally, not looking to get it right now. In the longer term, if we do break above the 200-day right now at 550, and we reset the RSI a bit by back testing it and going sideways, and then we have a slight push up, I'd be much more likely to accumulate round about this region after we have, like I said, broken above the top of this red box, rather than just FOMOing in after we've gone up in a straight line. So that is all I see for Haven Protocol. Keep an eye out for a, you know, maybe another 25% increase in the next couple of days, a back test, and then hopefully a big push above this 200-day moving average, which is currently resistance. So that is all I see for Haven Protocol. Best of luck if you're holding it. Once again, none of this is financial advice, it's just my opinion on the market. You've always got to do what's best for you. Peace.